Hello, dear students. My name is Manju Kapai, and this lesson is for class 11th English core from the NCERT book Hornbill. This is part 1 of the lesson, the Browning version, written by Terence Rettigan. Students, in this part 1 of my audio, I'll be talking to you about the author, about the chapter, that means its introduction. I'll also talk about the theme and the message. And then the summary of this chapter I'll take up in my next audio, that is part 2. So coming to the introduction of the author, Sir Terence Rettigan. He was a son of a diplomat who received his education at Harrow, Trinity College, and Oxford. His career as a playwright began rather early in his life. His plays had a middle class and a middle tilt in their contents, themes, and characters. His personal life was rather troubled, but his career as a playwright was very successful. Sir Terence Rettigan was a British dramatist. He was one of England's most popular mid-20th century dramatists. His plays are typically set up in upper middle class background. He is known for such works as The Winslow Boy, the Browning version, The Deep Blue Sea, and many other works. The present extract is from his play, The Browning version, which is about a repressed and unpopular schoolmaster, Mr. Crocker Harris. So the play is, the Browning version, is set in a school where Toppler, a boy of 16, has come to do extra work for Crocker Harris. Crocker Harris, a middle-aged teacher who teaches Latin. Frank, a science teacher, finds Toppler waiting for Crocker Harris. The conversation between Frank and Toppler exposes a very unhealthy trend among some teachers to encourage students to comment on their fellow teachers. Frank, who does not like the subject he teaches, tells the result to students before it is officially announced. He tells Toppler that his staying back is his bad luck and suggests him to leave as Crocker Harris is 10 minutes late. Instead of admonishing Toppler for mimicking his teacher, he wants him to mimic again. In the end, his shallow and malicious character is thoroughly exposed. Crocker Harris, though not personally present in the scene, comes out as a dignified and conscientious teacher. Now, talking about the theme, the author, Terence Rettigan, wrote this play based on his own background and experience. Rattigan's own public school background has been taken in this play. In Crocker Harris, the playwright drew on his memories of his former classic master. Success and failure are used to define characters. The lesson analysis, the damage caused to the system by teachers who have poor ethical and professional standards. The message. We come to know through Taplov comment that many of the teachers are sadists and loves for flattery. In Crocker Harris, we have a teacher who is disciplined, principled, and organized, but whimsical and dictatorial, and very dull and boring as a teacher. Thus, there are many misfits, undeserving people in the teaching profession. They bring a bad name to the entire educational community. Only such people must be appointed teachers who truly deserve to be a teacher. Now, the justification of the title. The significance of the title is substantial in the story. This is a story exploring questions about personal choices as it relates to identity, personality, and profession. The notion of an original and alternate version of a translation created by Browning, the protagonist is highly significant. This Browning version demonstrates the idea that Browning was once a very different person. Circumstances changed him and perhaps dictated his life. Browning version is the Greek play Agamemnon as translated by Robert Browning.